So let's get into the first ghost story that I have today. And we're way down in South Carolina. This might have been probably 2 weeks, maybe a week and a half. Whoa, excuse me. Probably about 2 weeks, maybe a little less into a tour with a band called Onward, etc. The boys know who they are, man. We played at a club near there, played at a bar near there, and then I believe these were people that already knew the singer, and they gave us a place to stay that night. Always gracious when you're on the road and someone can help you out, especially when you don't have the cash to be hitting the hotels every night. So we had a family that was very nice and wanted to open up their home to us for the night before we chaletted to the next location the next day, and so the drive was maybe about, I remember it being kind of long from the bar, and I think by the time we had gotten to this property, it had already been it had already turned to nighttime. It had already been the evening, and it is now dark. And we had talked about at the bar with I believe it was the husband of the family that actually showed up to the bar, and then we were talking to him about the place, and we knew it was going to be like an older home, and there was some property and stuff like that, and the property had actually been a plantation back in the day, and there was actually like almost like slave quarters, like almost like a little town inside this property. It was very interesting. There was these old buildings, these old structures. Like one was a post office, and probably living and living quarters and stuff like that. It was very interesting. And what was even more interesting is there was actually a grave. I believe it was the grave sites of some of the slaves that had lived there. And we had gotten there, like I said, in the evening time. It was later at night, and it was actually interesting because we were going around some of the gravestones, and they were very old. I'm trying to remember if there were even like markings on the gravestones. It might have just been like the actual, just, hey, someone lies here, kind of thing. So I don't think it was actually like a lot of names and dates and stuff, but it, even if it was, it might have already been, weathered down and stuff like that. And I forget who made the remark, but someone made the remark of, oh, hey, I hope no one, comes back to the house with us. Right. So that, I'm pretty sure we had hit in that gravesite area, probably, very, very early in kind of the little tour that we took with the owners. And, we got back to the home, we had a bite to eat, and then we went to bed, and, I slept great. I slept upstairs in one of the bedrooms. It was an older home, just like I said, the land was used as a plantation for a long time. So, this home could have been hundreds of years old. And, like I said, I slept upstairs. I think the singer also slept upstairs in another room. And then the bass player and the fiddle player of the band slept down in the living room for the night. I wake up, I'm not sure how much sleep I got, but it was it was kind of a straight sleep. So it was like, as soon as I, closed my eyes, I was waking up to my alarm or whatever, someone telling me, let's go, but, so we thank everyone. I think we also took a quick look around during the morning as well, before we took off. And then we're at a gas station, maybe a couple minutes down the road from this home, and I see the bass player of the band. He's in his journal. I'm assuming he was just writing down what we did yesterday and stuff like that. And then I glance over again, and he's drawing these figures, and I go, Dave, man, like what is that drawing? and he goes, this is what I saw at the house last night. And it was a tall figure, tall shadow person, and then a short shadow person. And he said that he saw these shadow figures just in the middle of the night. He woke up and looked over to kind of the living rooms might have kind of a high ceiling, and then there's kind of like a almost like a partition area in a way. In that kind of threshold partition area was a adult, size shadow person, and then like almost a kid shadow person. So it's very, we're going back to when someone made a joke of saying, hey, hope nothing comes back with us, so that was just really spooky.